Hello everyone, welcome to Vishnu IAS. Today we are going to see another interesting and important topic which is related to your governance and economy. Privatization via graded autonomy by Vishnu IAS team. Before seeing this video, I recommend you to watch the National Education Policy video. It is already available in the same YouTube channel. Okay, so that you'll have the basic idea about the national education policy, and this topic will be very easy for you to understand. First, let's see the background. Okay, actually, the national education policy will have an adverse impact on the terms of accessibility and equity. Indian cabinet has approved the National Education Policy 2020, despite there is opposition, severe opposition to the several of its provisions. Okay, that were drafted in the policy document. So among these provisions, the phasing out of the system of affiliated colleges and the grant of greater autonomy in academic, administrative and financial matters to premium colleges, and for establishing the top ranked university of the country. When you see the background of this in detail, one of the major provisions of the national education policy is phasing out of the system of affiliated colleges and grant of the greater autonomy in academic, administrative and financial matters to the top ranked colleges and universities of the country. That is, it is going to take away the affiliated colleges system, and it is going to come up with the giving the greater autonomy, okay, in academic, administrative and financial matters to all the top ranked colleges and universities of the countries. So this is giving the educational institutions, for the colleges and the universities, for the education institutions, it is giving the graded autonomy model for these institutions. Let's see the arguments in favor of the provision. So the concerns are over centralization, so that is leading to the constraints imposed on the potential premium affiliated to the colleges to innovate and evolve, that would be addressed by granting more autonomy. So when the concern is for over centralization, that will lead to the restrictions imposed on the potential for the premium affiliated colleges for innovating and for evolving, that would be addressed by granting the more autonomy. So this will help to reduce the potential for the political bureaucratic interference in the internal functioning of the universities, and this will reduce the burden on the universities. So the concern on over centralization, that will lead to the restriction on the restriction imposed on the potential for the premium affiliated colleges for evolving them to be to innovate and evolve, that will be addressing by granting the autonomy, and this will also automatically reduce the potential of the political bureaucratic interface in the internal functioning, and also it will reduce the burden of the universities. And arguments against that is granting increased autonomy could have adverse ramifications for accessibility, equity and quality for the higher education sector. So it would have this, by granting this autonomy, more autonomy if it is given, so that will have the adverse consequences. It will have the consequences regarding the accessibility, equity and quality for the higher education sector. So that all will be affected. That will be the consequence if it is given more autonomy. So let's see the adverse argument against equity. So when you see regarding equity, there are concerns that the graded autonomy system would only further deepen the prevailing hierarchy in the higher education system. So already there is an hierarchy in the higher education. So this by giving the autonomy, by grading the autonomy, this system would again, it will further deepen the prevailing hierarchy in the higher education system. And it argues that while the best colleges would gain autonomy, so that they can bring out their own rules and regulations, and they can enjoy many benefits of special funds from the newly proposed funding agencies. But when you see the colleges with the lower rankings, they face a threat of mergers or even closure. Either they should, for the lower ranking colleges, either they should merge with other colleges or they should be closed. So that is the problem of the low ranking colleges. And for the best colleges, this will help them to bring about new rules and regulations and enjoy more benefits like special funds. Okay, such a development would make the gross enrollment ratio uh, target tougher to achieve. Okay, so if this happens, so this development, this would make the gross enrollment ratio target tougher to achieve. Let's see the inaccessibility. So when you see the inaccessibility, this new provision, this may lead to the possibility of enhanced inaccessibility of quality higher education. So this will lead to inaccessibility of good higher education, good quality higher education will be accessing this good quality higher education will be reduced. So inaccessibility of quality higher education will be reduced, and this graded autonomy system, this it will envisage the higher financing for better performing college. So it is going to provide for the better performing colleges and universities. This would provide the higher financing for the good better performing colleges and universities. So this would lead to the shrinking or reducing the number of public funded colleges in the country. So by this, what will happen? This will automatically lead to the push out the marginalized sections. So this will remove the marginalized sections, and it will regulate them to the low grade private colleges and to the informal education. So by this, if this happens by the greater autonomy system, if it envisages the higher financing for the better performing colleges and universities, so that the number of public funded colleges will be reduced. So this will automatically will it will push out the marginalized sections, and it will relegate them to the low grade private colleges, or it will lead to informal education. Okay, so this may happen. Okay, and next is the independent rules and regulations of the autonomous colleges and universities. So that shall curtail the transparent admission procedures, so that which guarantee underprivileged students a share of seats in the prestigious institutions. So that is through the independent rules and regulations of the autonomous colleges and universities. This will cut the open admission procedures, so that which guarantees the seats in the prestigious institutions. So it will guarantee the seats for the underprivileged students in the prestigious institution. So that will also be reduced. So the granting of the autonomy to the premium institutions, it should not affect the equity and the accessibility to the quality education, and appropriate measures should be taken. So the granting of the autonomy, it should for these premium institution, it should be make sure that it should not affect the equity and the accessibility for a good quality education, and the correct appropriate steps should be taken to address the concerns related to this. Okay, so appropriate measures should be taken, and we should make sure that it should not affect the equity and accessibility to the quality education. That's all. Thanks for watching. You can expect questions from this in your prelims as well as in your mains. Okay, so thanks for watching. Do subscribe our channel and join our Telegram channel link to get info about the daily current affairs and to get the value added materials. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like this video and share it to your friends.